Hello, today is March 22, 2022. We have some update on the Mariupol and the Donetsk region. So for the Mariupol, we found a video of Russian Black Sea Fleet unloading armored vehicle, ammunition, food from the port of Mariupol. So which is in this area. Let's go to the map to see more clearly. See, this is the port of Mariupol. It's a big area. It's over a 1 kilometer wide port. Like 2 days ago, there was a general doing amphibious landing was killed by the Ukraine soldier. But since that, this has been very quiet, and the unloading goes very peacefully, slowly in there. So we can tell that means at least within 3 kilometers there is no Ukraine soldier, because many anti-tank weapon can reach slow about 2 to 3 kilometers. So that means our map drawing have around this area to the west is controlled by the Russian is relatively precise, and also being confirmed by the mayor of Mariupol that the city hall, which is in here, this was being occupied by the Russian. So at least Russia is at this line. We also confirmed by the commander of the Donetsk region. He said that most of the Ukraine soldiers are concentrated in around the Arizona steel, the steel factory here. Maybe some part also here. So we are pretty comfortable with our map right now. And also this part is occupied and by the Russian a few days ago. This was also confirmed again by another source. So we are very comfortable with our map at this state. Although this part I'm not very sure about the train station here. There's no information about who controls the train station, so we'll leave that nobody controls that. This is roughly the situation in Mariupol right now. And from the other commander of the Donetsk region, he said the troop around Arizona steel has about a few thousand. So from the size of the troop and from earlier estimate to the western front of the Donetsk region, the total troop earlier estimated by Western intelligence is about 60,000. So basically, all the areas surrounding the original Luhansk and Donbass region is about including Kharkiv is about 100,000, but on the except Kharkiv is about 60,000. So among the 60,000, 20,000 is around Mariupol. So this one has been shrinking to about a few thousand. This is roughly a picture. So about 4,000 in around Kharkiv. This is also the picture we saw that the Ukraine soldier basically control all the area about the Kharkiv and even the smaller surrounding city. Same picture is also in Kyiv. The Ukraine soldier actually expand west, push the Russian soldier back. And the surrounding here, as I talked earlier, that most medium-sized to big city from Kharkiv to the north is never being attacked seriously. So we can assume the main target of the Russian force is on the southern front, where they have most heavy Russian-speaking people, may more likely pro-Russian, and the Russian has an easier time to control them or maybe occupy them. So similarly, like Mariupol have about 60-70% are Russian people, 99% is Russian speaking. So we can tell like Russia is determined to control this even during the negotiation. I don't think Russian were willing to give up anything like Luhansk and Donetsk. Maybe Russian was also trying to conduct a pool in Kherson area, maybe also Mariupol, because once the war started, many of the maybe Ukraine or Ukraine native, they just migrate or just drive away from this territory. Maybe I think most people remain maybe only like a Russian or Russian speaking, and maybe Russian can move some other people, Russian speaker from Crimea to this area so that they can make basically vote a majority, right? That's what Russians usually do. I don't agree with that, but that's just a fact that they will do that. So it looks like on the heavily Russian major target of the Russian invasion is actually the major Russian-speaking country, like a province. These two, plus like potentially Kharkiv and Dnipro, Zaporizhzhia, right? This is potentially the target. How much they will be able to occupy, I don't know. But I think the force on the north are just pretended they attack because only like 30,000 around Kiev. There's no way they can do that. I heard like there are some Belarus troops near the border, aggregated around the border, and there is some new Russian troops stay close to the border inside the Belarus. They maybe try to increase the force in here, but I doubt. Russia has the power because most of the new Western military equipment and the force are aggregated around the west of Kiev and also to the south and even to the east. The price to take Kiev will be much higher than all the cost to take the southern region. So, and besides, the Kiev like only have 11% of the Russian. So, I think even after they take the Kiev, they cannot actually control it. Similar to the northern region, so they are very practical. I think Putin is very strategic and practical. Another thing I also want to talk a little bit about what is a new development here in the East Front. So the Russian actually confirmed today that they actually are close to this town. There is a big infantry division, like a 54 separate mechanized brigade of the Ukraine army forces in here. They also have a very strong formal army in here, Ukraine army. They're building a front here. Let me show you. The Russians actually have a map, so all the infantry force built up by the Ukraine. See, there's a heavy Ukraine military, formal like official military around this frontier. That's probably why this frontier has been going slow for the Russian, because they are actually heavy military presence by the Ukraine army. See, all the frontier here. There's only like also close to the Donbas region, there's also heavy military presence, but not as heavy as here. See, this is really strong. Like if you take control of the whole area, there is a big presence of military of Ukraine force. So we will expect that there will be a very ugly fight around here. Um, so that's the picture on the Russian frontier on the region. The other part, there's not much change. I don't want to go to some very detail on that. So the basic picture here is that Russian want to take Russian heavy Russian like heritage Russian ethnic heavy area of the Ukraine, because I think Zelensky also made some fatal mistake. Like before Zelensky, if the east part of the pro-Russian is in power, control the government in Ukraine, they are pro-Russian. Now, when the pro-West government like Zelensky come into power, they are too harsh to the Russian on the east front. For example, there's half of the country speaking Russian, right? And there is only one official government language, which is Ukraine. And for the school, they have to talk Ukraine. Think about your father and your city speak Russian, and your children have to learn Ukraine language, right? It's ridiculous. I think the Russian is Ukraine is a heavily divided country. To the west, there is a heavy Russian speaking people. To the west, there is heavy Ukraine speaking and Ukraine nationalist. So the country has never learned to be neutral. Actually, I agree with Henry Kissinger and other John Mayer, the professor at the University of Chicago. I think the best thing for Ukraine people and the Ukraine country is stay neutral. When you stay neutral, you not only unite the country from east and west, you also avoid offending the Russian and the West, right? You being neutral, you can peaceful internally, and you don't get into trouble. Like Ukraine is like a five years child, right? If the West is encourages the five years child to fight a giant like a bully, like a Russian seems to be a bully, like Putin is kind of a bully, right? He's like a 30 years old bully, and Russian is a 5-year child. Why would someone encourage a 5-year child to fight like a bully, right? It's stupid. And when the 5 children get into war, the Russian, the West is only morally support, provide some missile, but that's not a big. That's not going to change the big picture, right? And the child get beat up heavily. It's really brutal to see the Mariupol being beat up. It's totally destroyed. It's really tragedy for Ukraine to fight the Russian. It should not happen. It should never happen. Anyway, let's talk today. I suggest everyone read the article I presented earlier, in the a video 1 week ago. That one you can find the link about the Henry Kissinger article, and also you can find out the John Mayer talk about why the West encouraged Ukraine to play tough with Russian is a big mistake. Not only for the West, but also for the Ukraine people. It's just through Ukraine people into a disaster, into a tragic situation. Like Russia is sooner or later going to hit hard on the Ukraine. They predict this several years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. I also think the West, especially U.S., it's just Biden and the Obama is just so stupid. I'm American, but I think the politicians are really stupid. Or they have a vested interest of the weapon manufacturer. I'm pretty sure there is something to do with that. Otherwise, how stupid you encourage a divided country to go against the Russian, right? It's just looking for being beat up. Anyway, please subscribe on my video and hit the like button. Thanks. Bye now.